JP.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Come here. If you just want to have a seat, we'll get started.
Okay, right here?
Mm-hmm. What's the first question?
Great. Thank you. It's a lot better.
Who'd you say you're with again?
I'm with Religion Dispatches, and I'm with the Qubit. We do religion and science. And so that's why I was so interested in this press release that you were scientifically proven to be the most spiritual person. So thank you for this interview. I hadn't heard of you before.
Never heard of you guys. Is that like a tabloid?
No, we're a serious journal. We have an academic lean to us. And we're very interested in doing long-form interviews and investigating spiritual people. Again, I hadn't heard of you before, but interested to see what you're all about.
There's a lot of stuff on me out there.
No, there's not that much. I mean, a lot of self-promotion. Let's get things started. I'd love to know what you think the relationship between religion and science is.
Religion and science are the exact same thing. Scientists are religiously scientific. And when you think about it, the higher power for scientists is physics. And scientists worship the only begotten son of physics, gravity. And religion is purely based on science. I mean, religion is based on scientific principles such as recording what someone says 80 years after they say it in a different language. It's very scientific.
You're saying that science is itself a new religion.
It's an old religion.
Science is itself much newer than religion. Western science is 200, 300 years old.
According to you.
According to history.
History is actually a pretty shallow recollection of events. If you look beyond history, if you actually look to before history started and look at those events, you'll see that science was there all along, before there was any scientific evidence of science. Only recently, past few hundred years, has science been scientifically proven to exist.
Okay, let's just move on. The internet. The internet's new. We can agree on that.
The internet's a trend. I mean, how long do you think the trend of the internet's going to last? I give it 4 or 5 more years tops.
Okay, so I'll give you that. Let's say that the internet is only going to last for 5 more years. Nonetheless, it seems to be affecting people's relationship with each other and the relationship with the way they see themselves. Do you think that the internet has affected spirituality in America?
I do. I think spirituality, at its core, when you get to the heart of spirituality, it's all about showing other people how spiritual you are. The internet has brought the blessing of being able to exponentially broadcast yourself to other people. So has the internet helped people become more spiritual? No. It's helped people become more ultra-spiritual.
I like where you're going with this. You're saying ultra-spiritual is a bad thing.
It's not even a thing. And you're judging it to be a bad thing, but it's not even a thing. So I'll judge your judgment to be an inaccurate judgment.
Is ultra-spirituality good or bad?
Ultra-spirituality it's the eye of a hurricane.
So is there like a second part to that metaphor, or are you just gonna leave it at that.
Well, there's wind in a hurricane, but that's not ultra spirituality. It's the eye of the hurricane. And you need weather conditions to have a hurricane. They're usually by the ocean, warm part of the country, death and destruction. So, yeah, fill in the blanks.
But in that metaphor, you would only have ultra spirituality on the coasts.
Hurricanes and ultra spirituality are always on the coast. And when you think about it, the only part of the hurricane that is not destructive is the eye of the hurricane. Therefore, that tells us, because ultra spirituality has been proven to be the eye of the hurricane, everything that's not ultra spirituality is the destructive force in life on the coasts.
What about Katrina?
I'd prefer it if you don't bring my ex-girlfriends into this conversation.
Do you think that machines will ever be conscious? If not, why? If so, would they ever be ultra spiritual?
Will machines become conscious? Maybe not. Will we learn how to become conscious of machines? That's where it's at. The good thing about machines is they don't have any of the, call it, nasty atrocities of humanity. They don't have emotions, which are impediments to growth. They don't go to the bathroom. That's kind of gross. So
My bathroom is really gross.
I imagine it's actually incredibly gross, your bathroom.
I'm sorry. Anyway, you were saying.
I was saying, Andrew, we do need more machines. To help humanity, I think the way the world is evolving is replacing human jobs with machines, robots, because these are jobs people don't want to do anyway. And the best thing you can do for someone who's in a job, earning a living, doing something they don't want to do, best thing is to eliminate their jobs. That way they're not earning an income anymore, doing something they hate, so they're forced to become homeless and therefore figure out what they really want to do in life. And if we never had machines and robots, how would that happen?
I'm a little bit confused.
We teach the robots how to do the human jobs that no human wants to do. Working in factories, interacting with other people.
Plumbers.
Absolutely. Journalists, for that matter.
But you know what you're saying is that you could be replaced by a robot.
Will there be a robot that'll be able to replace ultra-spiritual JP Sears? No. Only JP Sears can replace JP Sears, just in a grander version the next time, if that makes sense.
Like a Russian nesting doll, but bigger versions of this.
It's like that, only the way I said it was a lot better.
I'm supposed to ask you for this website about who you think the 5 most important spiritual gurus are. So maybe you can just list them off. We can do it quick.
Number 1, do you already have my name down?
No.
Yeah. I was recently voted the world's most spiritual man by the Global Association of Spiritual Advancement. So number 1, JP Sears.
And this Global Association of...
SEARS.
Yeah, Global Association of Spiritual Advancement.
Yeah.
Who could I talk to there to get verification?
I own that company.
You own the company.
Mm.
It's a conflict of interest to call yourself the most spiritual person if you own the company.
I'm the CEO. Who else would be better qualified?
Is this a for-profit business?
Nonprofit. The business makes no profit. All proceeds go to me personally, where I buy things that I would like to have.
So the organization is a nonprofit, and the money that it makes goes to you. That's not a nonprofit, that's a for-profit.
if you think spiritually, which I would afford you the opportunity to do so,
No thanks.
I'll still afford you the opportunity to do so. Where do I end and you begin? So do all the profits go to me? In a way, yes, but in a more conscious perspective, you pay me money and you pay everybody else money because all is one. Everybody else is a part of me.
So if all is one, would you give me some money?
Number 2 would be the Dalai Lama. Number 3 would have to be Gandhi. Even though he's been dead, there's many like me who question, is he really dead? Number 4 is...
Of course, yeah, he's gotta be dead. He would have died of old age even if he hadn't been killed.
allegedly a gunshot wound. Come on.
Unless
A gunshot. Let's be creative here, world. If you want to fake your death, a gunshot, really.
Yeah, that would be really hard to fake.
He was Gandhi. Number 4, Hillary Clinton, obviously.
Really? So you think that Hillary Clinton is the number 4 most spiritual person?
Absolutely. Her and her wife, Bill, have done more for the world in a good sense than anything else. Number 5 would have to be... What's that guy's name that owns Starbucks?
Howard Schultz.
I'm not a big Snoopy fan. Probably Dr. Seuss.
According to a press release that I found when I Googled you, you're developing a Wise phone?
Mm-hmm.
What's that all about?
What's smarter than a smartphone? A Wise phone. So future technology has everything to do with Wise phones, not smartphones. Smartphones are dumb.
Smartphones are smart. They're smarter than a normal phone.
That's what you think. But you got to assess who's thinking that thought.
My phone makes me smarter because it helps me with directions. It helps me look up Wikipedia articles. So I say my phone makes me smarter.
Did you Google my name on your smartphone?
I did. There are a lot of shirtless pictures.
It's the number 1 benefit of your smartphone. So the Wise phone, it's the wave of the future. First off, it's going to have an app, which means application, where you can have a picture of yourself doing yoga in front of all the wonders of the world, different scenes of nature, and you don't even need to be there. It overlays you on the scene, so you get automatically better at yoga. You don't even have to do yoga because part of the app is it puts your face and your body structure in the overlay. So all of a sudden, you're a yoga expert in front of the pyramids doing a downward dog. You were never there, you never did yoga, but you're an expert at yoga because the internet via the Wise phone for the next 5 years that the internet's around expresses your spirituality to everybody else. If you're spiritual and nobody knows it, are you really spiritual?
Yeah.
No, you are not.
Why does anyone need to know whether you're meditating?
Exactly. How would they know if they don't know? A wise man once said, I think this was Ronald Reagan, if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there to hear it, does it make a sound?
Where did you get that quote? Because I'm pretty sure it's older than Ronald Reagan.
No, I think it was Reagan. It trickles down from the ether. It was Reagan.
Who is the most ultra-spiritual president besides Hillary Clinton?
Without a doubt, Nikola Tesla. I mean, he's created energy without using energy. He makes cars that are awesome.
This isn't real. Is this a bit? Is this a joke?
You don't know who Tesla is?
I know who Tesla is. He's never a president, and you're talking about an electric car.
That's what Edison wants you to think. Edison had great investment in pushing down Tesla's work because he wanted to sell his light bulbs, electricity, which is far less efficient, far less effective than Tesla's work.
Okay,
Are you with Edison's men?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I can't tell if you're crazy, if you're a jerk, or this is some kind of candid camera situation.
I'm very conscious is what I am. Are you guys with the Oprah Network? I think she gives better interviews than you. Usually she has people like outside in the grass under a tree.
So religions have believers. They believe in a set of what you might call dogmas, what others might say, or creeds. Ultra-spirituality says that it's against beliefs and against dogma. So what do you call yourselves if you can't be a believer in ultra-spirituality?
The problem with believers is they're taught how to think. Other people are taught what to think, but my ultra-spiritual followers, I teach them how to think that what they think is what they actually think.
So it's kind of like when you have a sheep, you teach it to enjoy its cage.
In being part of the herd, and they supply very helpful wool to stay warm in the winter months. They make obnoxious sounds though. It's like, was it like a monkey chirp they do? It's like a...
Are you talking about sheep or the followers?
Yeah, the ones with wool. What are those again?
Sheep. You were recently sued for the death of 5 people via sweat lodge at one of your retreats. Do you have any response to those allegations?
I don't know what you're talking about is the first thing my lawyer told me to say. The second thing he told me to say is they're not true, whatever they are, that I don't know what you're talking about. And the third thing he told me to say is death is only an illusion. You might want to write that down.
You've been accused of money laundering.
Allegedly accused.
You've been accused of selling pharmaceutical drugs without a license. Not going to deny that, okay? You've been accused of operating a soft serve franchise without a license.
It's non-dairy though, allegedly. So
I'm just going to give you a list of practices. My editor wants you to just tell me whether this is ultra-spiritual or religious. Praying.
You mean like a big like tiger getting its prey?
No, like a
So
church.
Vegetarian is much more spiritual. Veganism makes vegetarianism look just sadistic.
Okay, moving on. Spiritual or ultra-spiritual, telling lies.
Political.
I gotta check a box.
Kickback funds.
Spiritual or ultra-spiritual, morning coffee.
Ultra spiritual.
Dance-a-thons.
If it's trance dance, ultra spiritual. If it's dirty dancing, religion.
Factory outlets.
Are there yoga clothing stores in those outlets?
Going to a psychologist.
It's a good idea for you to do.
Chocolate chip cookies.
They're for Santa Claus, they're for Christianity, religious.
Gun ownership.
Ultra spiritual.
Think that about does it. Thank you, JP. It's been interesting, and I really hope that I don't come back here.
But you're welcome.
We're done.
You have a lot of anger in you.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap you like that. I just have really low blood sugar right now.
Do you need something to eat? got crackers here.
It doesn't have gluten in it, does it? Because if I eat gluten, it's not good. Yeah, it's like diarrhea on the spot.
I like the way you think. I see so much potential in you. When I look at your essence, I can see you have so much power, but you hold yourself back.
Yes.
And I can see you've been through challenges in your past.
I have.
And I can see you're still stuck. But you want that power. You want to reach your potential. Is that right?
That's exactly right.
Have you ever thought about joining the ultra spiritual side?
What would that look like?
Well, let me show you.
I don't think I could do something like that.
What if you already have?